What if I told you, right here, right now, that just 3 minutes in this chair could do what 30 minutes of walking does for your heart, your legs, your circulation, and your metabolism? I know, that sounds almost too good to be true, but I want you to stay with me for just a few minutes because what I'm about to share with you is backed by real science, and it has already helped thousands of people just like you feel stronger, move better, and get their energy back. My name is Dr. Alan Mandell, and today I'm going to walk you through a simple 3-minute seated workout that you can do right in your own home. No gym, no equipment, no pain on your knees or hips. Just you, a chair, and a few minutes of your time. This might just change the way you think about exercise forever. So let's get into it. Now, I talk to people every single day, patients, viewers, family members, and I hear the same things over and over again. Dr. Mandell, my knees have been killing me. I tried to go for a walk last week and my hip gave out halfway down the block. It's been so hot outside, I just can't do it. I'm afraid of falling. The sidewalk near my house is uneven and I just don't trust my balance anymore. And you know what? If that sounds like you, I hear you. And I want you to know you are not making excuses. These are real challenges that millions of Americans over 60 face every single day. The truth is, walking is wonderful, but it is not always accessible. Not when you're dealing with arthritis, osteoporosis, recent joint surgery, chronic back pain, or balance issues. Not when you live somewhere with extreme heat in summer or icy sidewalks in winter. Not when you live in an apartment with no safe place to walk nearby. But here's what I need you to understand. The fact that you cannot walk 30 minutes every day does not mean you have to give up on your health. Not even close. Because your body, this incredible, resilient body of yours, responds to movement, any movement. And when you do the right kind of movements in the right sequence, even from a chair, you can trigger the same biological responses that walking does. That is exactly what today's workout is designed to do. Let me put on my doctor's hat for a moment because I want you to understand why this works, not just take my word for it. There is a concept in exercise science called NEAT, non-exercise activity thermogenesis. It refers to all the calories and energy your body burns from movement that isn't formal exercise. Things like fidgeting, standing up, shifting your weight, even moving your arms. And research has consistently shown that NEAT accounts for a significant portion of your daily metabolic activity. But beyond that, there are 3 specific physiological mechanisms that make seated exercise so powerful, especially for people over 60. The first is the muscle pump effect. When you contract and release the large muscles in your legs, your quadriceps, your hamstrings, your calves, you are literally squeezing blood through your veins and back up toward your heart. This is exactly what happens when you walk. The muscles act as a pump, and that pumping action improves venous return, keeps circulation healthy, and reduces the risk of blood pooling in your lower extremities. The second is lymphatic drainage. Many of you have experienced swollen ankles or puffy feet, especially after sitting for long periods. That's because the lymphatic system, your body's internal drainage system, relies almost entirely on muscle movement to circulate. When we do seated leg movements, we stimulate that drainage, reduce inflammation, and help the body clear out waste products from the tissues. The third is metabolic activation. Here is something that is especially important for those of you managing type 2 diabetes or prediabetes. Research has shown that gentle seated exercise performed after a meal can significantly reduce the blood sugar spike that normally occurs after eating. The working muscles absorb glucose from the bloodstream, which means less work for your insulin and better blood sugar control overall. And here's the best part about all of this. You don't need to break a sweat. You don't need to get your heart rate way up. You don't need to feel exhausted afterward. These mechanisms activate at low to moderate intensity, which is exactly what a well-designed chair workout delivers. So now that you know the why, let's get into the how. All right, grab a sturdy chair, not a recliner, not a chair with wheels. You want something solid, with a firm seat. Place it near a wall if you'd like a little extra security, but most of you won't need it. Sit toward the front edge of the seat. Feet flat on the floor, hip width apart, spine tall, shoulders relaxed, and take one deep breath with me right now. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. Let's begin. The first move is called seated marching, and this is the foundation of everything we're doing today. Starting with your right foot, I want you to lift your knee up toward your chest as high as you comfortably can, and then bring it back down. Then the left knee. Right, left, right, left. Let your arms swing naturally, just like you would if you were walking. That's it, nice and controlled. You're not rushing, you're marching with intention. Now, why does this work so well? Because this is the exact same motion as walking. You are activating your hip flexors, your core stabilizers, and your quadriceps. You are getting your heart rate moving, and you are doing it with absolutely zero impact on your knees or ankles. Keep going, right, left, and let's aim for about 20 repetitions on each leg. If you feel yourself getting a little winded, that's okay. That means it's working. Breathe through it. Excellent. Shake it out for a second. Let's move on. This next move is one that I tell every single one of my patients to do, especially those who sit for long periods or spend a lot of time on airplanes or in cars. Lift your right foot slightly off the floor and slowly rotate your ankle in a wide circle, 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Then switch to the left foot. Feel that? That gentle rotation is stimulating blood flow through the ankle joint, lubricating the joint tissues, and waking up the circulation in your lower leg. Now, after those circles, bring both feet flat on the floor and let's do heel raises. Press your toes into the ground and lift both heels up as high as you can. Hold for just a moment at the top and lower back down. These heel raises activate the calf muscles, which are often called the second heart because of how powerfully they pump blood back up to the heart. This move is especially important for anyone dealing with varicose veins, swollen ankles, or a history of deep vein thrombosis. 15 heel raises. Go ahead, I'll do them with you. Very good. You're doing great. Now we're going to target the quadriceps, the largest muscle group in your entire body. And when we activate large muscle groups, we burn more calories, improve metabolic function, and dramatically improve your stability and balance. Start with your right leg. Slowly extend it out in front of you until it's straight, or as straight as is comfortable for you. Hold it there for 2 full seconds. Then lower it back down slowly. The key word here is slowly. Don't swing the leg up, don't drop it down. Control the movement on the way up and on the way down. That controlled lowering, what we call the eccentric contraction, is where a lot of the strength building happens. Switch to the left leg. Extend, hold 2 seconds, lower. 15 repetitions on each leg. I want to tell you something important. Strong quadriceps are one of the single greatest predictors of longevity in adults over 60. Studies have shown that people with stronger leg muscles have better balance, fewer falls, faster recovery from illness, and longer lifespans. So every single rep you're doing right now, it matters more than you know. Wonderful. Let's keep going. Now we're going to work your core and your spine. And this one also has a fantastic bonus benefit for your digestion. Cross your arms in front of your chest or place your hands gently on your shoulders. Sit tall. And now slowly rotate your upper body to the right as far as feels comfortable, and then back to center. Then rotate to the left, back to center. You should feel a gentle stretch through your mid-back and your sides. Don't force the range of motion. If you have any history of spinal problems, keep the movement small and pain-free. Even a 10 or 15-degree rotation is beneficial. This movement activates your obliques and your deep core stabilizers, the muscles that keep you upright and protect your spine. It also stimulates peristalsis, the wave-like contractions of your digestive tract, which is why this is an excellent move to do after a meal. 10 rotations on each side. Beautiful. You're now halfway through. Take a breath. We've been focused on the lower body, so now let's bring the upper body in, because when we engage both the upper and lower body together, we significantly increase our heart rate and caloric burn. Extend your arms out to the sides at shoulder height, like you're an airplane. Now make small circles forward, 10 circles, then reverse, 10 circles backward. Good. Now bring your hands up next to your ears, elbows bent at 90 degrees, like a goalpost position, and press both hands straight up toward the ceiling, fully extending your arms. Then bring them back down to the goalpost. Up and down. Up and down. This is your shoulder press. You'll feel your heart rate climbing here. That's exactly what we want. We are now achieving a cardiovascular response that closely mirrors what you'd experience during a moderate walk. If you have shoulder issues, keep the range of motion small and comfortable. You can also just do the arm circles without the press. 15 presses. Let's go. Excellent work. One more move, our grand finale. This last movement is, without question, the most powerful one in this entire sequence, and it's called the seated mini squat, or what I like to call the half stand. Here's what you do. Place your hands on your thighs for support if you need it. Now, slowly lean forward slightly, shift your weight to your feet, and begin to rise from the chair, but only go about halfway up. You don't need to fully stand. Just come up about 50%, hold for 2 seconds, and then slowly sit back down. Go slow. Control the movement on the way up, and especially on the way down. Do not drop back into the seat. This movement engages your glutes, your hamstrings, your core, and your quadriceps all at the same time. It is the closest seated approximation to the biomechanics of walking that exists, and it is extraordinary for improving functional strength. the kind of strength that lets you get up off a couch, climb stairs, or get in and out of a car with confidence. 10 to 12 repetitions. Take your time. And that is your 3 minutes. How do you feel? I'm going to guess a little warmer, maybe a little more energized, possibly a little breathless. That's your body saying thank you. Now, here is where I want to give you the insider information, the tips that take this from a good workout to a great health strategy. Tip number 1, timing matters. The single best time to do this workout is within 30 minutes after a meal, particularly after breakfast or lunch. Why? Because that is when your blood sugar is rising, and seated exercise is one of the most effective natural tools we have to blunt that spike. Your muscles absorb glucose from the bloodstream, which reduces the demand on your insulin. If you are managing diabetes or prediabetes, this is especially powerful. Tip number 2, do it multiple times per day. Here's where the math gets really exciting. If you do this 3-minute sequence just 5 times throughout the day, you've accumulated 15 minutes of active muscle engagement. Research suggests this kind of distributed movement throughout the day may be even more effective for circulation and metabolism than one longer block of exercise. So every morning after breakfast, after lunch, while watching the evening news, set a gentle reminder on your phone or just tie it to something you already do every day. Tip number 3, breathe correctly. This sounds simple, but many people unconsciously hold their breath during exercise, especially during the more effortful movements. As a general rule, exhale on the exertion, when you're pressing up, extending, or raising, and inhale on the return. This keeps oxygen flowing and prevents unnecessary spikes in blood pressure. Tip number 4, progress when you're ready. After a week or 2 of doing this consistently, you can add resistance. A light resistance band looped around your thighs during the marching and leg extensions will significantly increase the muscle activation. A small set of 1 or 2 pound hand weights during the shoulder press will add upper body challenge. But start without them. Let your body adapt first. And one safety reminder. Always use a sturdy, stable chair. No rocking chairs, no office chairs with wheels. Keep your feet flat on the floor throughout and wear supportive, flat-soled shoes if possible. I want to speak directly to some specific groups because I know many of you are watching this for a particular reason. If you have recently had knee or hip replacement surgery, this workout, especially the ankle circles, heel raises, and leg extensions, is often appropriate even in early recovery. But please check with your physical therapist or surgeon first and follow their specific guidelines. If you are living with type 2 diabetes, the combination of large muscle activation and post-meal timing makes this one of the most effective non-pharmacological tools you have for blood sugar management. Do it every single day after your 2 largest meals. If you have high blood pressure or mild heart disease, this kind of low-intensity, sustained muscle engagement is exactly what cardiovascular guidelines recommend. It improves circulation, reduces arterial stiffness, and supports heart function without the risk of overexertion. If you are overweight or dealing with joint pain that makes traditional exercise impossible, this is your starting point. Not a consolation prize, a starting point. People have used exactly this kind of seated exercise to lose significant weight, reduce inflammation, and eventually build up enough strength and confidence to do more. And if you are perfectly healthy and looking to supplement your regular walking routine on rest days or bad weather days, this is a perfect fit. Now, I do want to add one important caution. If you have severe heart failure, uncontrolled arrhythmia, or have had a major surgical procedure very recently, please get clearance from your physician before starting any new exercise program, including this one. I always want you to be safe first. I want to leave you with what I believe is the most important message of this entire video, and it has nothing to do with the specific exercises. The best workout in the world is the one you will actually do. I've seen people with incredible gym memberships who never go. I've seen people with beautiful exercise bikes that have become very expensive coat racks. And I've seen people who do 20 minutes of gentle seated movement every single day and whose health at 75 rivals people 20 years younger. The difference is not intensity. The difference is not equipment. The difference is consistency. Your body, especially at 60, 70, 80, does not need to be pushed to its limits. It needs to be moved regularly, gently, with love and intention. When you do this 3-minute chair workout 5 times a day, you accumulate 15 minutes of purposeful movement. Do that 7 days a week, and you've logged over 100 minutes of weekly exercise, exceeding the American Heart Association's minimum recommendation of 150 minutes per week when you add any other activity at all. Let that sink in, 3 minutes at a time. I want to encourage you to attach this workout to habits you already have. Do it while your morning coffee is brewing. Do it during the commercial breaks of your favorite show. Do it right after you brush your teeth at night. Stack it onto something you already do, and it will become as automatic as breathing. Every single repetition you complete is a deposit into the bank account of your future health. Every ankle circle, every leg extension, every half stand, it adds up. And 6 months from now, a year from now, you will look back and be amazed at what small, consistent actions have done for your strength, your energy, your balance, and your quality of life. Because that is what this is really about, not just burning calories, not just moving a number on a scale. It's about being able to play with your grandchildren without getting winded. It's about getting up from a chair without having to brace yourself. It's about waking up in the morning and feeling like your body is working with you, not against you. That is what you deserve, and that is what you are building, 3 minutes at a time. All right, let's do a quick recap of your 3-minute chair workout. Move 1. Seated marching. Get your heart rate going, mimics walking. Move 2. Ankle circles and heel raises. Boost circulation, fights swelling. Move 3. Seated leg extensions. Strengthens your quads, builds fall prevention. Move 4. Torso twists. Works your core and helps digestion. Move 5. Arm circles and shoulder press. Engages upper body, elevates your heart rate. Move 6. The half stand. The most powerful move of all. Activates everything. 3 minutes. 6 moves. Repeat it 3 to 5 times throughout your day. Now I want to hear from you. Leave me a comment below. Which of these 6 moves did you feel the most in your body? I read every comment, and I love hearing how you're doing. If this video was helpful to you, please give it a thumbs up. It helps more people just like you find this information. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do that right now. and hit the bell because I post new videos every week designed specifically to help you move better, feel stronger, and live longer. Next week, I'll be sharing the 5-minute morning routine that can reduce morning stiffness by up to 80%. Trust me, you will not want to miss that one. Until then, God bless you all. Stay healthy, stay active, keep moving, and I'll see you in the next video.